Hi everyone, welcome to this GCSE Foundation revision video. There's 41 days to go into your GCSE Maths exam, and today we're going to focus on the topic of best buys. Now I really like this topic because it's one of those ones where obviously you might have to answer a GCSE question on it, but it's one of the topics where whenever you go into the shop and you're choosing which item to buy, you regularly have to consider which one's the best value for money. So for instance, today I wanted to buy some treats for my dog. Those little dental chew things for my dog. And I went to buy a packet and I lifted up one. I thought, oh, it was cheaper. But then I seen a bigger one and there was actually more in that container. And I thought, oh, more in that box. I thought, oh, that's the best one to get. But then actually, whenever I worked it out, I actually worked out that actually the smaller one was slightly better value for money. So it's actually sort of quite useful to be able to use those best buys in real life situations as well. But anyway, come back to your GCSE exams because you're here to revise for your GCSE Maths exam. If you've got the revision cards, card number 42 is the revision card on best buys. That'll be hopefully quite a useful one for you. And in this video, I'm going to go through how to answer some best buy questions. And then I'll also talk about, there'll be best buy questions, but then there'll also be perhaps ones where there's discounts and percents off and so on. And we'll answer some questions involved on those as well. So let's get started.
Hi, today we're going to be looking at best buys. So here's our first question, and feel free to pause the video now and try this question yourself if you want to. Alternatively, you can watch me do this one and then I've got a similar one for you to try after. So the question says, packets of biscuits are sold in two sizes. We've got a regular packet, which is 6 biscuits for 78p, and a large packet of biscuits, which has 8 biscuits for £1. And the question says, which packet is better value for money? Now, providing the biscuits are the same size, just the number of biscuits is different, what we can do is we can actually work out the cost for one biscuit. Because if we can work out the cost for one biscuit, we can then compare them and see which one's better value for money. So with the regular packet, we get 6 biscuits for 78p. So if we take the 78p, and if we divide that by 6, we'll find the cost for one biscuit. So that means that it's 13p per biscuit, so 13p per biscuit. So that's the cost for each biscuit in the regular packet. Now let's look at the large packet. So in the large packet, it's £1 for 8 biscuits. So if we take the £1 or 100 pence, and we take the 100 pence, and we divide that by 8, we can find the cost for one biscuit. So that means that each biscuit in the large packet is 12.5p. So it's 12.5 pence per biscuit. So with the regular packet, it's 13p per biscuit, and for the large packet, it's 12.5p per biscuit. So each biscuit is cheaper in the large packet, so the large packet is better value for money. So which packet is better value for money? The large pack. So let's write that. And that's it. I've just written down the large pack is better value for money, and that's it. So in terms of this question, we've looked at how to find the cost for one biscuit, and then we've found out that the large pack is better value for money. Now there is another approach, and that is to buy a certain amount using either just the regular packets or the large packets. And what we do is we find a multiple of 6 and 8. So in terms of 6 and 8, we've got 6, 12, 18, 24, and with 8 we've got 8, 16, 24. As you can see, what we could do is we could find the cost for 24 biscuits. We could buy 4 packs of the regular packet, and that would be 24 biscuits, and we could buy 3 packets of the large biscuits, 3 8 is 24, and we could buy 24 biscuits that way, and we can see which one's cheaper, and then that would tell us which one's better value for money. So what you could do is you can figure out a number where you can buy just using either just the regular packets or just the large packets, and then compare the prices and see which one's better value for money. So let's do that. Let's find the cost for 24 biscuits. So with the regular pack, if we wanted to buy 24 biscuits using this, we would buy 4 packets because that'll be 6, 12, 18, 24. So if we multiply the price 78p by 4, that'll be the cost of buying 24 using the regular packet. So that'll be 78 multiplied by 4. And 4 times 8 is equal to 32. Put our 2 down, carry our 3. And 4 times 7 is 28 plus 3 is 31. So it means that buying 24 biscuits using the regular packets would cost £3, 12p. In terms of the large pack, so the large pack, if we wanted to buy 24, buying 24, well, we would have to buy, well, it's packets of 8, so that'd be 8, 16, 24. It's 3 packets. They cost £1 each. 3 multiplied by £1 would be equal to £3. So it would cost us £3 to buy 24 biscuits using that option. So it would cost £3. So in terms of buying 24 biscuits, if we use the regular packets, it would cost £3, 12p. If we use the large packets, it would cost £3. Well, as you can see there, it's better value for money to use the large packets. So that means that the large pack is better value for money. So let's write that. And that's it. So I've just written down the large pack is better value. Okay, let's have a look at a question now for you to try yourself. So in this question, there's 2 options to buy chocolate bars. So there's 10 chocolate bars for £4.80 and 15 chocolate bars for £6.90. Can you work out and see which one's better value for money? So if we take the £4.80 or 480 pence and divide that by 10, that gives us 48p. So that means that each bar is 48p, so 48p per bar. Now in terms of this packet, the packet was 15 chocolate bars. They cost £6.90, so if we take the £6.90 or 690p and divide that by 15, let's see what we get. So that means it's going to be 46p per bar. So here, the 10 pack of chocolate bars is 48p per bar. The 15 pack of chocolate bars is 46p per bar. So as you can see, this one's better value for money. So let's write that down. And that's it. So I've just written down the 15 pack of chocolate bars is better value for money. And hopefully you got that right. Okay, so that was one way you could have approached this question, was to find the cost for one chocolate bar. Another approach would be to find the cost of a certain amount of chocolate bars, where you're either just using this packet or just using that packet. So let's consider 10 and 15. So the lowest common multiple of 10 and 15 would be 30, because so that means we can figure out the cost of buying 30 chocolate bars by using just the 10 pack option, and then find the cost of 30 bars using the 15 pack option and see which one's better value, which one's cheaper. So in terms of the 10 bar packet, if we wanted to buy 30 chocolate bars, we'd need to buy 1, 2, 3 packets of those. That'll be 30 of them. So if we multiply this cost by 3, so £4.80 multiplied by 3, let's see what we get. 3 times 0 is equal to 0. 3 times 8 is 24, put our 4 down, carry our 2, and 3 times 4 is equal to 12, plus 2 is 14. So if we wanted to buy 30 chocolate bars using this option, it would cost us £14.40. Now, if we wanted to buy 30 chocolate bars using this option, well, we would just buy 2 packets. So because 2 packets of 15 would be 30. So if we multiply this price, the £6.90 by 2, that'll be the cost of buying 30 chocolate bars. So 2 times 0 is equal to 0. 2 times 9 is equal to 18. Put our 8 down, carry our 1. And 2 times 6 is equal to 12, plus 1 is 13. So if we wanted to buy 30 chocolate bars using these packets, it would cost £13.80. And that's it. So I've just written down the 15 bar packet is better value for money. So in terms of those questions, there's a few different ways we can approach them. Okay, now let's have a look at our next question. Right, so we've had a look at some questions where we're dealing with buying biscuits and buying chocolate bars. Now let's have a look at some questions which may involve buying certain things where you're buying so many grams of something or so many milliliters of something. So perhaps it's jars of coffee, where we've got a 200 gram jar of coffee for £7.40 and a 320 gram jar of coffee for £12.16. And we've been asked which jar is better value for money. Now this is a calculator question, this one. And in terms of this question, again, there's a few different ways we can approach it. What we could do is we could buy the same amount of coffee. So we could look at the 200 grams and the 320 grams, and we could find a common multiple of those. You could find the lowest common multiple, or you could just find a common multiple, and then you could find out the price of those. So for instance, looking at these in terms of just a common multiple, if I had 320 grams, I know that 10 of those would be 3,200 grams, and then that would be a multiple of 200, and then you could find the cost of 3,200 grams if you wanted to. That's one approach you could use. Or another approach that you could use in a question like this, and this is actually the approach that I'm going to use in this example, is to work out the cost for 1 gram. So what we're going to do is for the 200 gram jar of coffee, so we've been asked which jar is better value for money. So with the 200 gram jar, we know that with the 200 gram jar that we get 200 grams and it costs £7.40. So if we did the £7.40 or 740p and we divide that by 200 grams, that would tell us how much it would cost, how many pence per gram. It would tell us the cost for 1 gram. So if we take 740 and we divide that by 200, we get that's equal to 3.7. So 3.7p per gram. So that means that each gram of coffee in that jar would cost 3.7p. Now let's have a look at the 320 gram jar. So in terms of the 320 gram jar, well, the total cost is £12.16, so that's 1,216p. And if we divide that by 320 grams, that'll tell us the cost for 1 gram. So if we take our 1,216 and divide that by 320, that's equal to 3.8. So 3.8p per gram. So in terms of the small jar, the 200 gram jar, each gram of coffee costs 3.7p. In terms of the large jar, the 320 gram jar, each gram of coffee costs 3.8p. So that's actually more expensive per gram for the large jar. So that means the smaller jar, the 200 gram jar, is better value for money. So let's write that. And that's it. And I've just written down the 200 gram jar is better value for money. Okay, let's have a look at a question now for you to try. So in this question, we've now got, it's not actually the mass of something. In this question, it's how much paint. It's 345 millilitres of paint for £4.80 or 250 millilitres of paint for £3.35. So this is a calculator question. And can you work out which of these tins of paint is better value for money? So in this question, my approach is going to be to find the cost for 1 milliliter of paint. So in terms of the 345 milliliter tin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cost, which is £4.80 or 480p. I'm going to divide it by 345 because we get 345 milliliters. And if we divide it, it'll tell us the cost per milliliter, 1.3913 and so on pence per milliliter. So it's 1.3913 and so on pence per milliliter. In terms of the 250 milliliter tin, it costs £3.35, so that's 335p, and we're going to divide that by 250, and whenever we do 335 divided by 250, that's equal to 1.34 pence per milliliter. So 1 milliliter of this paint costs 1.3914 and so on pence. And in terms of this one, it's only 1.34 pence. So this one's cheaper because obviously 1.34 is less than 1.39. So that means that this tin, the 250 milliliter tin, is better value for money. So let's write that down. Okay, and that's it. Okay, and let's have a look at one last question. So this time, sometimes whenever we're dealing with Best Buy questions, we might get questions that involve discounts and percentages off, or buy one, get one free and things like that. So let's have a look at this question. And this is one for you to try yourself. So actually, feel free to pause the video now to try this question yourself. And in a moment, I'll go through it. Okay, so the question says, candles normally cost £9 each. And there's two websites that have special offers. There's Corbett Candles, that's obviously going to be best value for money here, and Candle World. So Corbett Candles, it's buy three, get one free. So I've heard of buy one, get one free. This is a buy three, get one free. And Candle World is just 20% off the total price. So how much it costs in Candle World, you just take 20% off the price. So Manny wants to buy 14 candles. And if he went into Corbett Candles, it's buy three, get one free. So he could buy three and get one free. So that'd be 4 candles he'd get. He could buy another 3 and get one free. That's another 4 candles. So that's going to be 8 candles he'd have altogether. He could buy another 3 candles and get one free. So that means he's going to have 12 candles. So in terms of the first 12 candles, he'd buy 3, get one free, buy 3, get one free, buy 3, get one free. That means he's buying 9 and getting 3 free. Now he wants 14. Now he's got 12. He needs another 2. Well, he's not going to get any more free. So that means that Matty's going to buy 3, get one free, buy 3, get one free, buy 3, get one free, and then have to buy another 2. So altogether, he's buying 3, 6, 9, 11 candles. He's buying 11 candles and he's getting 3 free. So that means he's going to be buying 11 candles and it costs £9 each. So if we take the £9 and we multiply that by 11, that's equal to £99. So that means that Matty would pay £99. He would buy 11 candles at £9 each, which is £99, and he'd get 3 free. So that's the 14 candles that he wants. So it's going to cost him £99 in Corbett Candles. Candle World, he's going to buy 14 candles. They cost £9 each, but then he's going to get 20% off. So we need to find the total price. We're going to have to take the 14 candles and multiply that by 9 and find out how much they're going to cost. 9 times 4 is equal to 36. Put a 6 down, carry a 3. And 9 times 1 is 9 plus 3 is 12. So if there was no discounts in Candle World, it would cost £126. But it's 20% off, so we now need to reduce this by 20%. So let's get 10%. So 10% would be equal to get 10%, we divide this by 10, so that would be £12.60, dividing this by 10. 20% would be double that, so if we double £12.60, what do we get? Well, doubling this would be, doubling 12 is 24, doubling 60 is £1.20, 24 £1.20, that's going to be £25.20. You could have added those £12.60 and £12.60 and you got £25.20, but I've just doubled it to get £25.20. So he's getting 20% off, which is £25.20 off. So we need to take the price, which is £126, and we're going to take away £25.20. So let's do that. So let's just put our decimal points some zeros. 0 take away 0 is 0. 0 take away 2, we're going to have to borrow, so that's going to be 10 take away 2, which is 8, 5 take away 5, which is 0, 2 take away 2, which is 0, and 1 take away nothing is 1. So that means that in Candle World, the cost would be £100 and 80p for those 14 candles. So he's got a choice. He can either pay £99 in Corbett Candles, or he can pay £100 and 80p in Candle World. So that means that it's better value for money in Corbett Candles. So let's write that down. And that's it. So I was written down, Corbett Candles is better value for money. And that's it.
And that's it. So in this video, we've looked at Best Buys and we've looked at find which one's the best value for money. And we've also looked at how to deal with questions, perhaps whenever there's maybe discounts on which shop they should maybe visit and things like that. So I really hope you found this video useful. There's obviously 42 days to go to your GCSE Maths exam. So try the practice questions. Also be doing things like your 5-a-days. So remember, 3 o'clock tomorrow on YouTube will be the next video. I just want to say, if you know anyone that finds these videos useful or might find them useful, perhaps a friend or a teacher, someone else in their GCSE Maths exam, feel free to share these videos with them, so hopefully they can benefit from them as well. But thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Cheers. Bye.